you were part of the training mission for the Afghan soldiers over there, man?
So I work as a private military contractor. You do different contracts that belong to the government of Afghanistan through the American government and an agreement, right? So we get hired. I've been hired to protect American diplomats in Afghanistan, whether it's ambassadors with the company of Blackwater, which is now not a company anymore. In Iraq and Afghanistan, I've been over there training local Afghans to provide security on these what we call COPS, combat outposts. These are smaller bases for special forces. You got your FOBs, which are your forward operating bases, which are your bases like the airport at Karzai Airport in Kabul, your Bagram Airport. Those are considered FOBs, the bigger bases. And so we hire a lot of local Afghans, part of the agreement throughout the years to, hey, you need to hire a certain amount of local Afghans. We got to train them up so they can provide security. These are people that we vet through biometrics. We know their backgrounds. We know if they're part of the bad guys with Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and so forth.
Are they good? Do they learn? Are they receptive?
Because I saw a video of like Marines trying to teach jumping jacks to these guys.
It's complicated as fuck.
And they couldn't even do the jumping jacks, dude. They had no coordination whatsoever.
So,
and I didn't know if it was a joke or what.
No, that's exactly how these, unfortunately, these people are. And it's hard to fathom that these people that, are always around goats, have a Kalashnikov, could possibly make it a very difficult situation for a superpower like us to win a battle. And it's not that it's difficult for us. It's the politicians that hold our hands back. We could have ended this a long time ago, gentlemen, if we had free reign to do so.
Yeah, well, it's always it's that the United States, we have to do it with a certain degree of
civility,
sensitivity, and a lot of the stuff that is done, I don't know if it's top secret or whatever, but it's interesting when I saw that, and I saw it says U.S. military trying to teach farmers in Afghanistan how to do jumping jacks, and it was like,
or Iraq.
Totally,
I think that one was in Iraq. Yeah,
it was an
Iraqi video.
Okay,
that particular one. But don't get it confused. It's pretty much the same thing with both of these populace. Afghans.
But then you got the Taliban guys. I mean, these guys are they coordinated?
Taliban were the government of Afghanistan back in 2001 when we came in. They were already the government of Afghanistan. So they weren't just they're not a terrorist group. They were a government entity that did not want to give up Osama bin Laden to us. And therefore we said, if you don't give us him, we're going to go freaking in there and we're going to go find him. We're going to take him no matter what you guys want.
Yeah.
And in the process, we toppled the Taliban because they were trying to fight us, which helped create a more of a democratic government. Like you got elections, and every elections we would go over there and provide security from IEDs. We would get ambushed. Civilians were getting killed constantly because they didn't want them to vote. You know what I mean? And these were the Taliban. They're sporadic. They were hiding in the mountains. They'll come down. Think about this. There's a word called the Spring Offensive. That's when you would see the news of shit hitting the fan most of the time. In the winter, they go hide, they stay, they relax. Spring, that's the time everything picks up. One of the things people are really upset with Biden is, dude, right now it's the hot days. You could have waited to have evacuated during the cold days when all these guys are up in their little caves in the winter, and you could have taken more people out more without issues. You did it in the middle of when everybody comes down and fights and they're hot and ready. Meaning spring offensive, whether it's the summer, the spring coming up for them. When it's hot, it's a good time to be killing people.
Well, Biden had moved it from May 1st to September 11th. And I was like, why would he do it?
August 31st, right?
No, it was September 11th. Okay. That's what they had reported at the very beginning, that Biden had said, okay, May 1st, we're not going to do it. That was a deal Trump had with the Taliban and with Afghanistan. And then Biden came in and he said, no, we're going to move it to September 11th. And I said, why would he do it to September 11th? That's like a significant date when, all this shit hit the fan, man. You know what I mean? And so it didn't even get that far. These guys from the Taliban decided to make a move, and then it ended up rushing us into the 31st of August.
And the Taliban told us when we are supposed to get out of there. The Taliban is nobody to tell America as a superpower, hey, you said 31st, you get out on the 31st. I mean, the answer should have been, or then what? And then what? If we don't what? What are you going to do? You come at us, we're going to blow you guys up to smithereens. It's a fact. You don't tell us when to move or when to leave. We're the superpower here.
Domingo, you were saying earlier that you were establishing COPS and FOBs.
The COPS are already established. They hire us to get security perimeter for those locations.
So you were creating those, and what happened? How come those did not work? Or
I mean, look, there's a lot of different tribes within Afghanistan, like Iraq, so it's very complicated.
Okay.
And a lot of things also, the Taliban are good of finding out who's working, even at those years, those months. I was back, my last time there was 2012. And I was back then in 07, 08, and 2012. I've been there like 8, 9 different times in a variety of positions. People would come, my security guy would come back, my Afghan translator, which an Afghan as well, was telling me, hey, they just took his cousin, his uncle. He can't work for us no more. Or they're about to kill his, blah, blah, blah. A lot of, pretty much what cartels do sometimes.
Yeah, it's like cartel stuff.
Exactly.
It's exactly what's going on over there. And you feel bad for them because, not only did we want the American citizens out of there that are passport holders, every single interpreter that has worked for us needs to be over here because of them. I'm probably still alive because they know when there's a bomb because they hear it out in town.
Mm-hmm.
We need to, all these people coming over here, influx of illegal aliens. I'd rather have 10 times more of those people that saved my life and a lot of Americans because they told us when shit was ugly out there or what to expect and saved our lives.
Yeah.
And in return, a lot of their own family got killed for helping us. And now we left a lot of them out there right now.
Yeah, dude.
They're
That's
there
a tough situation.
Sending text messages. I have them. I've seen them from my buddies right now. I'm getting killed. They're knocking doors outside. I don't know where to move right now. If I leave this house right now, I'm going to get cut to pieces, killed right now as I'm here with you guys.